IPMNation.com.
Outbreak on IPMNation.com. Welcome, everybody, to another edition. We are, of course, at the studio in downtown Laconia, 50 Canal Street to be exact. So come on down and check it out if you're in the area, if you're in central New Hampshire. Definitely got to support your local businesses. The studio, very, very cool place, funky little gift shop and art store and all kinds of, there's a lot of art on the wall and a lot of cool stuff here. So thestudionh.com if you want to go online and have a look. And, of course, Local Outbreak sponsored by Central NH Events. If you need a DJ for your event, go to centralnhevents.com. Mr. Tim Martin does a phenomenal job, and he will DJ your shindig or hootenanny or bar mitzvah, corporate function, whatever it may be. He's good like that. So, and he's a big part of what makes this show possible. So centralnhevents.com. And we are here tonight with two of the guys from Stillwell Angel. How are you guys?
Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing?
Man?
Thanks for coming in tonight. It's very, very cold out, but you made it.
Very chilly, yes, but we made it.
You're dressed for cold weather, Sean, with your multiple jackets.
That's right. Dressed for the stage, always.
Well, let's. You brought some tunes with you. Let's play a tune, and then we'll come back and talk. What do you guys want to play to start the show?
All right, great. Why don't we start off with Corner of Chaos?
All right, excellent.
Ooh, yeah.
Corner of Chaos from Stillwell Angel here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com.
Up into a place that's into the unknown, a proof of life I'm all alone. I tend to my days through my own reflection, deliver my fate with no direction. Blind
Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. We're here with two of the guys from Stillwell Angel tonight. We have Sean and Chassis with us. And what do you guys do in the band?
I am the lead singer of the band, also / rhythm guitarist.
I'm lead guitarist, I think.
Oh.
Last you checked.
Yeah.
All right. Why is that changed? Does that evolve
No,
at some
no,
point?
it's-
Were
I
you
just
were you
like
originally
joking
going to
with
be like
He's the funny guy.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I'm the live of the band. Nah, I'm the lead guitarist.
So you're new, Chassis, because
Yeah.
reasonably so. Because last time I interviewed the band on Matt Connerton Unleashed, you were not yet a member.
No, I was not.
So how long have you been in the band now?
October 6th was my first real initiation into the band. I mean, that was
Yeah.
the first show that I played with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of the first.
Yeah. But you had trained and jammed with us since,
Yeah.
was it July, August?
We were in the practice stage since
Yeah.
months before then.
Yeah.
All right. So how did you become a member of Stillwell Angel?
Well, I contacted Sean, and then I tried out, and I played a couple tunes, and then we planned a show.
Wow.
That's the quick version of it.
Yeah.
Sounds like you were on the fast track.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
He actually had messaged me a while back when we were first originally looking for guitar players, and said if anything I kind of had came up to keep him informed, and then as an opening came out, he messaged me a second time and said, hey, if you guys are still looking, I'm definitely one interest in auditioning. Mm-hmm. So that's when we hooked it up.
Well, that seems coincidental. Did he do something?
I think it's just a friend of a friend.
well, I mean, it kind of worked out perfect because I had just
I'm always looking for
like
the dirt.
Yeah.
the project that had just basically. I mean, I don't want to say like I walked away from it, but it kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
So it was like I hated to fall out of the music scene. So I mean, and then I contacted Sean because I had saw some type of opening, and then the opportunity arose, and it just worked out perfect. Like, he sent me a couple tunes, I learned them, modified a couple of stuff, like, what a musician does, and then
Yeah.
Gave him a twist.
yeah.
Yeah. No, you guys sounded great at Millie's.
Oh, thanks.
So I forget time. It all runs together for me. But you were in the band at that point,
Yeah.
right, Chassis?
Yeah.
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 No, you guys sounded amazing. And Sean, you were playing rhythm guitar that night, and I don't think I had seen you play rhythm guitar before.
No, the last time you had saw us, I just sang.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been playing guitar forever, but it's always been more of a rhythm aspect. I was never one for lead guitar playing, so I was always, looking for, whoever did, come to play guitar for the band had to have the chop skills, because I never really taught myself that aspect of it.
Sure.
So I've always been kind of, I use it more basis of a writing tool, but it's good live to kind of fill in the background.
Sure. Well, so was that something new for that show, or have you been doing that off and on?
I've always kind of done it, but I always try to sing as much as possible and not play guitar.
Yeah.
But just there's certain tunes that just require it. It just sounds so much better when you have it.
Sounds more full.
Yeah. Were you playing it the whole set that night? I can't remember if.
A majority of it, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you figure, we did a 45-minute set. Say we did 9 songs. I'd probably say 7, or probably actually 5 to 6. I probably played guitar on.
Oh, okay.
So there was 3 or 4 that I didn't.
All right, cool. Is there someone outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just waved to him.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I hope they come in. We invite people to come down while we're recording
Creepy
the show.
guy with fangs waves at you. I really don't think they're gonna walk in on it.
Could be a vampire.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
You might be like, hey, the dude has
Vampires
fangs.
Yeah.
So you guys have how long has the band been around? Because it's
Timeline.
been at least 10 years, right?
Actually, 15.
15 years. Wow.
Yeah, 1999 is when I started Stillwell Angel.
Okay. Because I remember, of course, back in the day, I used to, we'd play shows in Manchester. I'd be, I think when I first met you, I think I was in My Life Crisis. Mm-hmm. And we'd play shows at the Bomb Shelter.
Oh, yeah,
the
old school.
infamous Bomb
Yeah.
Shelter.
I've
Yeah,
heard
that
of
was-
this place.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a cool venue.
yeah.
It was very underground.
Yeah.
We were playing for slices of pizza. Mm-hmm. And an occasional $20 bill if it
Where
came
can
up.
I sign up for this?
But yeah, unfortunately, just another venue that went under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad to hear.
It was very Surge tried, but it was it was a tough it was tough.
Yeah, it was a tough thing.
I think he bit off a little more than he
Yeah.
could chew.
I mean,
but
I guess if you put it as, if you totaled that we played, I don't know, I'll just give a number, say a dozen shows there.
Yeah.
At least half of them were really, really great.
Yeah.
Great shows, and we played for Packed House, and we even opened for a demo one night there, which was a cool show. Syracuse is a good guy. Wonder whatever happened to him.
last I knew, he was running a restaurant somewhere. He had kind of gone back into that.
Oh wow.
Is it pizzas and $20 bills?
Yeah.
That'd be a good name.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, $20 pizzas.
Surge's $20 pizzas.
Yeah,
Well, if he hasn't done that, one
I'm
of us should
patenting that.
trademark it. you know?
definitely.
Nobody can take that idea now.
That's not true. I can edit that out.
That's right.
Ha ha ha.
We have the video.
Oh,
Damn. Ah, you guys are smart.
Yeah.
So, how many songs do you guys have total, like recorded?
I can't count that high.
Oh, geez, yeah. I mean, personally, I personally have probably about several albums worth of stuff. I mean, but Stillwell Angel probably has. They're learning at least 30 tunes, 25 to 30 tunes.
I have about 25 that I'm in the process of doing my thing with, as in modifying and
Sure.
Putting tweaks to the sound and
Yeah.
basically remixing my end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I've looked at what the whole band has written, and it's enough for at least 5 albums.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, but it's picking the top 25 that have had great exposure or just great opportunities live that people really like, and then just send it off to the guys and say, hey, these are the 25 tunes, you guys got to get going, let's get these down pat, let's learn them in your sleep, and therefore when it comes to set list time, we can do, it's at least 3 sets worth, and we can mix it up.
Sure.
So you're not always playing the same thing every time.
Be
Sure.
as versatile as you can, so one night you can play for like metal heads, and then the next night you can play the kind of cover scene where it's still going to match in.
It's cool to have that that flexibility.
Not too many bands do that.
Right. No, that's
So.
true. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
What's the learning process been for you, like Chassis? Because some people learn songs quicker than
I
others.
always
Are
learn
you-
by ear.
Do you? Yeah.
I learned
That's how I am.
the 4
Yeah.
main songs that the band had published at the time were Devour and Carry On, Corner of Chaos, On Temper's Edge, and Succumb.
Mm-hmm.
And I had learned them all within a matter of hours.
Oh, that's great.
Obviously not note for note because I was learning by ear, but
Sure.
Yeah.
No.
No, he came very
That's good.
prepared.
that was before
Yeah.
I even met the guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was kind of, met isn't like practicing, and
Right.
I'd obviously met them before, but
I don't know you, but I'm going to learn this.
I just randomly found them on the internet by
Yeah.
Googling bands that were looking for a lead guitarist.
Well, it did sound a little stalkerish earlier, because
Yeah.
you kind of put the word, hey, if you're looking for
Well,
somebody.
I saw a posting on the
I
internet.
didn't-
I saw a posting
mean to
on
imp-
Facebook, and it was just kind of like, hey.
I don't mean to imply that you murdered someone, but
Well, I was looking at Sean's pictures.
that would be a good story, though.
Yeah, that would
You
be,
should.
yeah.
You guys should put that out there that you murdered the previous guitar player, and
Yeah.
let that be like a rumor that's out there. That's good
That'd be
publicity.
crazy.
They aren't really piercings. They're actually just scars that I'm hiding.
There you go.
Because
There
he
you go.
clawed.
Hey, that's a cool song title.
Build the myth.
Scars That I'm Hiding.
That is good. See,
Yeah.
High
five.
got all kinds of ideas
Yeah.
flowing.
You heard it first here.
Teaser.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I can't edit it and write my own song called that because you guys have the video.
That's right.
I think that's the real reason you brought the video.
Yeah.
Well, this is where we do most of our thinking is on the road and doing
Yeah.
stuff like this. So
Yeah.
it's like,
It's good for the fans to see too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's play another track. What do you guys want to play?
Well, since we just talked about it, why don't we try?
I just mentioned every single one of them.
yeah, the 4 songs we do. Yeah, why don't we do Succumb?
Yeah, let's do Succumb.
Succumb?
That's
Okay.
a good one.
All right, very good. So this is Succumb from Stillwell Angel here on Local Outbreak.
In a sea of broken glass, have I lost my mind? Reflection staring back at me, but so does the time. I try to swim in again. But love is never kind. Love is never kind. Someone set me free. Only lies were told to me. And do I suffer from the painful jealousy? I hate to prove you wrong. I feel I disagree. Or should I succumb my own misery? Gutted and kissed in, and everything is ripped away. So I'm taking 10 steps back and watch the day crumble away. A life I used to live and fall. Convicted, house convicted as well. Will someone set me free? Only lies were told to me. And do I suffer from the painful jealousy? I hate to prove you wrong. I feel I disagree. Or should I succumb my own misery? Someone set me free. Only lies were told to me. Do I suffer from the painful jealousy? I hate to prove you wrong. I feel I disagree. Or should I succumb my own misery?
Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com, and we are at the studio, 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia, New Hampshire. And we got two of the guys from Stillwell Angel here tonight. Where's the rest of the band? What are they all doing?
They're in hiding.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're in hiding.
They're murdering
good.
other
Sorry, I
ex-band
just
members.
joke a lot.
Well, because we kind of have an unofficial tradition on Local Outbreak that whoever doesn't make it to the interview, we kind of make fun of them behind their backs.
Screw you.
So you know,
funny.
so if you want to say they're in hiding, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, then they're in hiding.
Yeah.
are they like illegal immigrants or something? Are they
the
hiding
thing
from
is
INS?
that we didn't tell them that we had the interview,
Right.
so that way when
Yeah.
they hear that we have the interview, it's already being broadcast.
Right.
So they're like, dude,
Why didn't you invite me?
why'd you guys do that? Neither one of them talks like that.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say if they do talk like that, I don't blame you for not bringing them.
That's why they're not singers.
That's right. There you go. Now, are you guys, whatever you do before, Sean, you were with a management company? Is that?
Yeah, we're still with them. Yep,
Good,
Sweet
good.
Sounds Music and Management. Yeah, out of New York and LA. Yeah, they're pretty much our
Go-to people.
Yeah, I mean they have those all the connections and everything. Ever since signing with them and having our music go worldwide, via iTunes and Spotify and all that, it's done a lot for us. And our social media especially. It's gotten huge opportunities for us to do these big things, and even got us involved in getting a submission for a Grammy Award.
Yeah.
We got our song Devour and Carry On was submitted by the Grammy committee. It was picked up by them, and they submitted it for Best Metal Performance 2014. So,
that's great.
Yeah, so we got an opportunity to get picked up and submitted, which, don't know too many people to get that opportunity. So to have that taken care of was awesome.
Yeah.
So, we waited and waited to see what happened with that, and we didn't make it to the final 5, which is tough because we were up against Ozzy and.
Wasn't it the final 10 or final 5?
Well, the final they only picked 5, so we didn't.
I saw Ozzy Osbourne and Volbeat, and I was like, anybody who to lose to, it should be them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That was
Beat
just an
Ozzy, I think, were
amazing
2 of the bands that we lost.
me.
Yeah. No shame in that.
No,
Yeah.
to be up against that type of was just especially not being for a huge major signed band.
It's a morality boost.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
really
yeah.
is.
Oh, no doubt.
Get
Yeah.
it next time.
Yeah,
Our name has
absolutely.
been spread throughout the committee, so at least it's been floating and it's been heard of.
Yeah.
But we can't do it without your help, people.
That's right.
That's right. So, obviously, the management company is a big help. But prior to that, you must have done a lot on a business level to get to a point where they would be interested in you. So
Yes. For now coming up to our 15th year, it's been a lot of just networking, meeting anybody and everybody, and just at least saying the band name once, so it stays in their mind, stays on their lips, and gives you the opportunity that when I'm walking around with my cowboy hat on, people are like, hey, it's the singer from Stillwell Angel,
Yeah.
And,
I'm the new guy.
Yeah. With the fangs.
it's the vampire with
He's
the
got the
fangs.
hat. You've got the fangs.
That's right.
There you go.
Trying
Yin
to
and
keep
yang.
these things straight.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just hard work,
Yeah.
Just any day and every day, just
Persistence.
telling somebody new about it.
Yeah. Do you have any advice because we kind of assume that for a show like this, Local Outbreak, that our audience is probably largely comprised of local musicians or people who are either in the scene or are just interested in the scene. You got any advice for people like that?
Don't explain this. My only advice to anybody out there who's looking to play guitar: stop everything, go into your basement, and sit there for 20 years and just play guitar. Don't watch any TV. Don't check the news. Don't even buy a cell phone. Just do that. That one's
Dedicate.
for you, Rob.
Yeah.
You'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, just dedicate yourself is pretty much what he's getting on that. It's just, there are a lot of musicians out there who, claim to be a guitar player or claim to be a guitarist, but they may not put the man hours that need to be put into it to actually be considered one of those. Some people play guitar as a hobby. I personally, I don't consider myself a guitarist. I consider myself just a guitar player, somebody who uses it as a recreational writing tool, maybe plays it a little bit live, but I don't study and learn the guitar as I should as a guitar player would or guitarist.
Yeah.
Somebody like Chassis who locks himself in his basement, literally, that's just what
That's
he's
the
always
inside
done.
joke.
Yeah.
He's when he joined the band, we said, hey, have you seen this movie? Have you done this? Have you been here? He's like, no,
I've literally
been locked in my basement my entire life, learning and doing nothing but playing guitar. It's that
For
type
20
of-
years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, maybe not 20, but, I got my first electric guitar when I was 10. I basically just started playing and just didn't stop.
Yeah.
I mean, my first time to New York City was with these guys when we went to America's Got Talent to try out for that.
Which we'll talk about soon.
Yeah, it was just... It was just huge, and that was like the inside joke ever since I started. Was like they asked me, it just started with like simple questions like, hey, have you ever done this? And it's like, no, I haven't. And then they're like, well, have you seen this? And no, I haven't seen that movie yet. And there's like, what have you done?
Right.
Nothing, basically, just sit in my
Just play
basement and play guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a dedicational thing, you know. Just you gotta.
That's awesome.
If you love it enough, you want to do it. I mean, that's for a instrument point of view, but I mean, as far as a band, my advice would just be, you really just got to stick with it. Everybody's trying to do the same thing right now. There's bands are a dime a dozen. Everybody wants to be a rock star. Everybody wants to be famous. It's not going to happen if you're not doing anything about it.
Right.
If it's not going to come to you, you got to get off your butt and do it yourself.
Right.
You got to dedicate as many hours, if not every hour, every day to this particular thing that you want to do. Otherwise, it's not going to come true.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are plenty of people that want it, and there are plenty of people that are getting the opportunity that I personally don't think deserve it because they come from money or they come from some sort of connection.
Sure.
And they do it just for the opportunity to, just because I want to meet girls or,
Right.
hey, I just want to be famous, but they're not doing it because they love music.
Right.
And we
I was about to bring in if you're going to do it, you better be passionate about it because without passion, there is no drive. And trust
Right.
me, if you don't have drive.
and it's not fair to the people that do really want it and do it because of the music.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and there's a lot of people who get into it who don't realize how much work it is, and then they're surprised. And,
Yep.
I always say everyone wants to be
I've
a
seen
rock
that
star,
far
but
too many times.
only as
Yeah.
long as it's easy, Yeah. And they don't realize how much work is in it. And,
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. I mean,
and the business side of it, too, is there's a lot of work, the networking and all that.
some of the
yeah.
guys, even with this whole Grammy thing that just happened, it's for me, it was an excellent opportunity to show, everything that I've personally done as a musician to get myself that opportunity. It's 15 straight years of just doing nothing but this, keeping the band name, keeping straightforward. If somebody doesn't want to do it, everybody's replaceable. Just you want to keep going, and eventually you'll get opportunities like that. So that's like a perfect example to show, how you get a huge opportunity and not be a big signed band, but get an opportunity to get a Grammy submission.
Right.
You just got to stick with what you're doing and love it.
Did you ever have a moment, Sean, over this 15 years where you felt like, oh, maybe it's another new lineup, maybe we will change the name or this and that? Because I think it's smart that you've kept the name. But so many people, I remember like My Life Crisis, when we had our first big lineup change in that band, it was like we were getting a new drummer. And one of the guys in the band, I won't say who, but was like, "Oh, we should change the name. He's got a different style of playing, and like we're going to be playing all the same songs and writing some new ones." But it's like, but some people have the exact opposite mentality. That's like, "Oh, our sound is a little different now. Maybe we need a new name," which is frustrating to me. It's like you spend all this time building a name, and then somebody wants to change it. It's like, just and it's not even anything major that. You get the Van Halen argument. Like there's people to this day who are bitter that when they switched Roth with Hagar that they didn't change the name and won't even call them. We'll call them Van Hagar if they're referring to that era. Some people are really passionate about the name has to change when anything changes. Did you ever at any point feel like maybe change it up?
Never.
Good for you.
Never. I've always had the mentality of this is what I created, and if it's going to succeed, I got to stick with it.
Yeah.
So the moment that you change it, it's something totally different, and you almost got to start over again.
Right.
Especially when you've built that name from the bottom of the ground. Once you start building it, if you change it, you got to go all the way back down, and once you get back to that opportunity level again, do you have to change it again, or do you have to keep sticking with it? I mean, we've been through, several people that have come through this band, but a lot of it's just come down to dedication and them, not being able to see the big picture or see the opportunities that are there, and realizing that, you just can't sit back and wait for it to happen.
Right.
If you want this, you have to, literally do every day. I mean, I wake up, I'm doing band stuff. I go to work, I'm doing band stuff. I come home, I'm doing band stuff.
Yeah.
Then you spend a couple hours with the wife, and you go to bed, and you do it all over again.
Yeah.
It's like no matter what you do, no matter where you are, no matter what time of day it is, you just are the part. Like you absorb the like, you know, I mean, you grow up obviously, and like, you know, you establish your personality and such, but I mean, that becomes like
a part of
both
you.
sides of you,
Yeah.
the professional musician and the personal, just almost become one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you guys find that a lot of people who try to be musicians don't get it? But do you find too that people outside of the scene don't get it? Like people who will kind of have this attitude, like, why do you spend so much time on this?
Oh, yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people praise me for what I do. I've had people, you know, be negative about what I do, and I've had people ask, you know, why are you bothering? You know, you've been doing it for 15 years. Why don't you just give up? You know?
Yeah.
And you know, it's just not me.
Right.
You know, and that's what makes me different than, you know, a lot of other people out there that are trying to be musicians, that they will do it for a couple of years and they give up. You know, and they'll go do something else, you know, not necessarily outside the music area, but they just, you know, the actual, you know, being in a band, performing, doing all that stuff that comes with it. You know, and it's not even just giving up. It's just, you know, they just come maybe realize, hey, you know, I want a family, or, you know, I want this, I want that, which is fine. You know, people can do whatever they want, but, you know, it's just me personally. I've been performing since I was 9 years old. I've been doing music almost all my life, and it's just what I want. It's what I want to do, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think too there's a bias against that some people just have a bias against creative pursuing creative things? Because like when I hear somebody take that negative attitude about, well, why are you bothering with this? It's like, well, would you say that to you know, would you say that to an Olympic athlete? Like why do you spend all this time training? What's the point?
I was just about to say, asking a musician why bother is like asking a normal person, hey, why do you breathe?
Right.
Why do you waste your time eating food?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's just, it's something that, you know, you just do.
Right.
You can't, once, I mean, I know for personally, from a personal point of view, that when I picked up the guitar and started learning music and, you know, really, really getting into the creativity of it, I mean, it just formed on me, and there wasn't a day that went by that I couldn't just, like, if I didn't do music, it was like I just didn't feel right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's almost a small group of people that feel that way, and I think it's those group of people that deserve the opportunities that these other people do get, or, you know, shouldn't get.
Sure.
You know, because, you know, at some point it's tough. I mean, I'm sure, you know, if I do this for another 10 years and I'm still not where I want to be, you know, there's a good chance I may just pack it in, but I might, you know, I won't stop doing music. Right. But, you know, it's got to be something life-changing that really, to get me to stop doing it. It's a tough business right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it used to be. You can't perform in a bar and hope that someone's going to come in a suit and sign you.
Right.
It doesn't happen anymore, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those things that, you know, if you want it, you gotta work your butt off for it, you know? And you got to show the industry that, you know, you're not a one-hit wonder. That's why a lot of these A&R people aren't getting involved with record labels anymore, because they don't have any more money. They blew all their money on these stars in the 80s and 90s. You know, they would blow these multi-million-dollar contracts. They'd have one-hit wonders, and they would blow all the money on them, and then that's it. And
but I think it's a trade-off, though, isn't it? Because the way the business has changed, in some ways it's tougher. It's tougher in some ways, like you were saying, but I think in some ways it's easier, too, because if you're...
it's far easier on the low end of it, but as soon as it gets to the high end of actually pushing your image and having the professionality of it, it's...
Right.
Like, I mean, we could take videos all day long and just post them on YouTube, but I mean...
What are the chances they'll go viral?
Yeah, and even then, it's just we're known as a YouTube band. It's not really the rock band that we like to portray.
Right.
Portray?
Portray, yeah.
Portray.
Portray. Yeah.
Sorry,
Portray is a good
how
word.
do I English?
Well, why don't we play another track? What do you guys want to play?
Well, we mentioned Devour and Carry On earlier.
Yeah, why don't we do that? That's kind of our big single right now. Everybody seems to love that song.
Cool.
So let's do that one, Devour and Carry On.
All right, so this is Devour and Carry On from Stillwell Angel here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com.
She's new to town, wears shades of red and blue. Her hands up and down my back, she feels so good in time my lips react. Haunting me, fooling around with the pictures in my head. She's riding me, driving crazy, I know she's loving it. We go up, down, and we go up, down, and we go up, down, keep on running, carry on, we go up. Down, we go up. Down, she's nothing tight to cross the line. Addiction bound, she's on my mind. My mind's made up, I love this trend. So I call her up, I call her friend. She's soft, sweet, and not high. The curve of her body. Her mouth is firm, her tongue is wet as we get it on the back of my Corvette. Haunting me, fooling around with the pictures in my head. Riding me, drive her crazy, you know she's loving it. We go up, down, and we go up, down, and we go up, down, keep on running, carry on, we go up. Down, 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 down. Come on, keep it tonight, come on, keep it tonight, come on, keep it tonight, come on, keep it tonight. We go up, down, we go up, down, we go up, down, keep on running, carry on, we go up. Down, we go up. Down, carry on, haunting me, carry on, riding me, carry on.
Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. This is Matt from IPMNation.com, and we are at the studio. Want to remind everybody, of course, the studio at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia. Come on down, check it out. It's a really cool place. We do the show here every Tuesday night, too, so if you want to come down to a recording of Local Outbreak, feel free. I know Melissa would love to see you in here, as we all would. And thestudionh.com is the website if you want to learn more about this wonderful place. And also, of course, Local Outbreak sponsored by centralnhevents.com. If you need a DJ for your event, go to centralnhevents.com. And Tim Martin would love to DJ an event for you. And tonight we're going to be wrapping up in a minute here with the guys from Stillwell Angel. But what do you guys have coming up that you want to mention? You always got a lot going on.
Big things.
Yeah, we got a lot of big stuff going on. I mean, just to start off, if you guys are interested in checking us out, stillwellangelmusic.com. You can also find us on Facebook. We ask you can click that like button. But yeah, we have a lot of big stuff coming up. We got a whole new spring-summer tour that's coming. It's going to consist of anywhere between 45 and 54 shows.
Great. Wow.
It's going to be pretty big.
All in 1 week.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you guys are ambitious.
It's going to consist of, all around New England, some central U.S. states as well, and a lot of radio interviews and promotional stuff, too. And then on top of that, we also have America's Got Talent, which is what we're working with right now. We got an opportunity to audition for them in New York, and we were told all the artists that performed that day were told that we would know by the first or second week of February if you made it to the next part of the show. Although we will be back out there February 1st. We're going to be down in Rhode Island, down for America's Got Talent as well. We're going to be out there. They're doing more auditions and stuff, so we're going to go out there and get another opportunity to to impress some more people, and
Great.
hope that goes well.
Persistence.
Yeah.
And
Good.
then on top of that, we're also planning on finally, hopefully, debuting this big album that we've been putting away forever now, called The
First
Chaos.
of many.
And it'll be 13 tracks of just brutalness.
Excellent.
Epicness.
Yeah. So
And some mildness.
So we got a lot of New England dates. We're going to have. We'll be in Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire, Mass, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and then second part of it, we're going to try to be out to New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and New Jersey.
And hopefully the moon.
The moon.
That'd be
Yeah.
a great way to do a concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our next music video.
Just make sure you're loud enough so you can hear it from wherever nighttime is.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We could just keep playing for 24 hours straight and hit the whole world one show.
Why are we coming up with all these great ideas right now? Why didn't we think of this?
Because the camera's rolling.
You got the camera rolling.
You heard it first.
All right, and the website again, it's stillwellangelmusic.com.
Music.com. Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
Facebook.com/StillwellAngelMusic.
Yeah. You can find us on
Or
Twitter
Reverb
as well.
Nation, Twitter.
Yeah.
Basically, if you go on Google and you Google Stillwell Angel,
You will
get
find us.
all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, and as a point of clarification for listeners who are learning about you for the first time, it's 3 separate words. Stillwell Angel.
Yes.
It's not Stillwell is not one word. 'cause
Yes, yeah, we've there's been confusion over that over the years. It's funny that you mentioned that, but yeah, it's 3
Yeah.
separate words: still, space, well, space, angel,
Yeah.
space.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, guys, this has been awesome. Thanks so much
thank
for
you
coming in
having
tonight.
us. We
Thank you.
appreciate being here. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what do you want to play to wrap up the show? We'll play one more track.
yeah, let's play on
On
Temper's
Temper's
Edge.
Edge.
Oh, I like this
knew I
one.
was gonna say
Yes.
it.
Yeah. I like this one a
I like
lot.
that one.
Awesome. Okay. So this is On Temper's Edge from Stillwell Angel here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. Thanks, guys.
You lose your mind. You're not that kind who seems to care, and I can't decide. You take a deep breath and you think if you're not feeling the void you're left with me, I hope you don't mind me. If you're not killing the soul inside of me, I hope you don't mind me. If you're not feeling the void you're left with me, I hope you don't mind me. If you're not killing the soul inside of me, I hope you don't mind me. I failed to say you're not that kind who hates regret, and I can't decide. I'm out of control, for God's sake. If you're not feeling the void you're left with me, I hope you don't mind me. If you're not killing the soul inside of me, I hope you don't mind me. If you're not feeling the void you're left with me, I hope you my soul. If you're not filling the void you left with me, I hope you don't mind. If you're not killing the soul inside of me, I hope you don't mind. If you like,
IPMNation.com.